This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Amongst the first remarks made by Guru Nanak upon his enlightenment as a Sikh is that there is no Hindu, there is no Musalman. Guru Nanak, the religious founder of Hindu Sikhism, used this remark to address the long-standing relationship between Sikhs and Muslims. Nanak implied that all human beings are equal and that any profiling of people based on their religion, skin color, gender, or any other form of stereotypical description is founded on ignorance. Nanak also added that racial profiling of people does not have any sense of truth since all people are created equally by one creator. As such, people from all backgrounds ought to live in peace and harmony, love and kindness towards each other as brothers and sisters from the same creator. Despite Guru Nanak's philosophy of peace and love towards each other, the conflict between Hindu Sikhs, of which Nanak was one, and Muslims has had a long history. The Sikh-Muslim conflict has evolved over a long period of time, but many philosophers, analysts, and scholars tend to focus on the negative nature of this special relationship, forgetting the more positive aspects. Suffice it to say that, in addition to the strong personal relationship between Guru Nanak and other Muslim leaders of the time, it has also been recorded that some Muslim soldiers served in Guru Nanak's Hindu army. Despite the positive relationship, the Sikh-Muslim conflict has, at times, been so strained to the extent that it has turned violent. Moreover, many philosophers and scholars argue that this conflict is religio-political. Therefore, despite the friendly relationship between the Sikh and the Muslims, violent confrontations have characterized this conflict that has also assumed the religio-political perspective. Even though many Muslims and Sikhs view each other as inveterate enemies, these two communities have a long and complex relationship characterized, at times, by very friendly relationships. Many scholars tend to focus their attention on studying the more confrontational aspects of this special relationship. However, the Sikh-Muslim relationship is historically founded on cooperation rather than conflict. Many Sikhs and Muslims are oblivious to the fact that Guru Nanak's sole aim was to promote friendly relationships between the Hindu and Muslim people. Guru Nanak sought to attain this by bridging the existing gap between the two communities through his teaching of love, peace, and harmony. Furthermore, one of Guru Nanak's closest allies and disciple, Mardana, was a Muslim. Other than this, Guru Nanak made several symbolic journeys to Mecca and Baghdad in search of peace between Sikhs and Muslims. Other symbolic occurrences sought to cement a friendly relationship between the two communities. Harmandir Sahib, the golden temple of the Hindu Sikh, had its foundation stone laid by a Muslim cleric, Hazrat Mian Mir Sahib, upon the requests of Guru Arjan. Singh also reports that some of the soldiers who served in Guru Nanak's army professed the Muslim faith while still maintaining their loyalty to Guru Nanak. As such, to claim that the Sikh-Muslim relations have been usually negative is to miss the point. Despite the long history of friendly relationships, the Sikhs and the Muslims also have bitter differences that have, at times, turned violent. The confrontation has at times been so violent that the two communities have been accused of washing their dirty linen in public. There have been various instances of violent confrontations between Muslim and Hindu Sikhs in recent times. Some of these violent confrontations have been motivated by such issues as the war on terror. In 2001, Sikhs and Muslims engaged in running battles in Bradford, India, over the differences in the definition of terrorism. In the same year, a 15-year-old Hindu girl was reportedly severely injured after an argument over the September 2001 bombing of the World Trade Center in New York. Some of the violent confrontations between these two communities have turned tragic, such as the killing of 3 British Muslims on holiday in India. It has been reported that the state-sponsored war against terrorism inspired the killings, and as such, any Muslim, especially foreigners in the Gujarat state, was seen as a representation of terrorism. The state government was accused of distributing weapons such as machetes that were used in such murders. While the confrontation seems like an isolated occurrence, the violence is a manifestation of long-running hatred inspired by religious and political propaganda. This type of propaganda is spread through journals, newspapers, and newsletter articles, with very strong views against the other community dominating such publications. Readers of these articles are influenced to stand up and defend their sovereignty. This attitude has slowly led to the buildup of these violent confrontations. The conflict between the Sikhs and Muslims is a result of long-standing religious and political differences. Suffice it to say that other than being racial groups, the Sikhs and the Muslims are distinctive religious groups. The confrontations are drawn out of the fact that the Sikhs and the Muslims' religious foundations have assumed a political dimension such that the two see each other as opposing political ideologies. The hostilities emerge as a result of the intention of the Sikhs and the Muslims to maintain a religious identity through a political agenda. This type of religious and political identification is totally against the philosophy of Guru Nanak. Due to the concerted effort of Guru Nanak and other Muslim clerics to maintain friendliness in the 15th and 16th centuries, the religious and political hostilities are only seen as the characteristic of the post-Nanak era. Furthermore, the post-Nanak Sikh identity has fundamentally changed from open and accommodating to a more radical religio-political identity. The Sikh sees Islam as the enemy religion. These strong religious conflicts are felt in Punjab, where the two communities kill each other in what is seen as a religious massacre. The strong religious and political differences still drive the conflict not only in Punjab but in other areas such as Kashmir today. The Sikhs and the Muslims have a complex historical relationship. Despite the fact that many see this relationship as only based on violent confrontation, the Sikhs and the Muslims have existed peacefully. There have been several instances of cooperation between Sikhs and Muslims, such as the laying of the foundation stone of the Sikhs' Golden Temple in Amritsar by a Muslim cleric, a symbolic event that is emblematic of the historical cooperation between the two communities. The violent nature of Sikh-Muslim relationship is a manifestation of religious and political differences that exist between the two communities. Due to the complexities involved, there is no end in sight to this historical affair. Did you like this Sikh-Muslim conflict and Guru Nanak's philosophy sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivpanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs, without even having to register.